How I met Satan the devil. Greetings, Bantu brothers and sisters, children of the first and original ancestor. Welcome to Hamiti Iburu Ethic. Billions of Bantu brothers and sisters battle spirits and other entities without the true knowledge of that which being black accords them. We have been told Satan exists, but who created him? Who gave him power? Did a loving creator fashion a devil so that he causes humans, animals, and nature havoc and pandemonium? Who is a Satan? Did he create pain and war? To get to the roots and fundamentals of this diabolical doctrine, read chapter 7, Satan the Devil, Another God, or from the book The Creator or God Innerstand. You can get this book from Amazon and many other booksellers. English is also an interesting language. It hides a lot. The word evil is actually the word alive in reverse. The word lived is actually devil in reverse. What is the real story behind Satan then? Lucifer means light bringer. There are so many other names for Satan. Beelzebub, Lucifer, Typhon, Devil, Vice, Hades, Mephistopheles, Shaitan. And at the same time, within the human brain, the human mind, there is the reptile or Ara complex, which is the reptile, physical, and psychosocial brain operating in each human being. So what is the story? How did I meet Satan the devil? So-called monotheistic religions and book religions, they always interact with Satan and are scared of Satan. You can see the stoning of Shaitan here. Ask a black Muslim or brother or sister, did a loving creator or Allah fashion a devil? And why did he fashion a devil? Are they scared of the devil? Who is Satan? Even the temptation of Jesus involved Satan's claim that he owns the earth. We know that Jesus had come to dethrone Satan. But after his death, he rushed back to heaven. Why? Yet Satan continues to work on earth without any resistance from these two and many other religions. So what's going on in this story? All of these encounters, none can surpass my recent encounter with Satan the devil. For the sake of my health, I decided to stop using and consuming sugar, white sugar, demerara sugar, light brown sugar, or Dasmasvago sugar, icing sugar, anything sugar. All hell broke loose when I made that decision. And Satan manifested himself in a manner and in a way that shocked me to the core. I hope you also benefit from the explanation that I'll give here. After 2 days of being sugar-free, suddenly a thought popped up into my brain and my head and suggested that, you can go into this bit by bit gradually. So I decided to follow that thought. After a month, I was back to the usual levels. I have battled these and many other thoughts and eventually was able to stop consuming sugar. But the constant battle, the thoughts are so varied. So that's how Satan manifested in my face. The principal doctrine about Satan, as taught by our ancestors, is an absolute gem. Satan, as we know and is taught to us through predominantly book religions, comes as a person or a spiritual force with horns, a tail, and a pitchfork, and as the originator of evil, war, and pain. If God is all-powerful, as they teach, why did the Almighty leave all the power he gave to the devil rather than collect them back? So we are also told that is the beast. That 666 represents the beast. Yet you know what? 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. The carbon that makes melanin makes black people brown or black. So why does the Bible call us beasts? Our ancestors in ancient Africa were well versed in spirituality. which is now commonly taught as psychiatry or mental health science. They also formalized a typical model of prophecy that has been so accurate as a predictor of what would befall the black nation across the ages to the point of total annihilation. It is a template in which prediction about our future and your future can be read and seen clearly. It deals with understanding amandlozi or ancestors, Horesu, Isis, and Ausari. Umuntu uyangenwa lo moya omubi. Uvelaphi ke umoya lowo? From the book The Creator or God, we read the following. This psychiatrical explanation is made plain. The Osiris, Isis, Horus narrative illustrates the human animal instincts for covetousness, murder, greed, intrigue, and the politics. Remember, this story occurred thousands and thousands of years before Judaism, Islam, Christianity, or any other book religion. It revolves around the murder of Osiris, so-called Osiris, who represents the whole African race. He was a real primeval king of Africans on earth. Osiris was murdered by his brother Set or Shatter. Read the foundational thesis of the origins of the doctrine of Satan, which has been misunderstood by Christianity, Judaism, and Islam from this book, The Creator or God. The geological, psychiatric, and ecological explanation is the concept of Satan that comes from the eternal story within the African sphere. Set represents the principle of evil, generated human and natural force that is in the world, and the power to dethrone it. It is also part of the true African story. So Shatter, so-called Set or Set, is a created principle, or simply put, a nature set in motion by the principles of the Creator who created all things. Africans in ancient times did not know Satan. You can watch this video, but they knew evil. From the book The Creator or God, we learn the following. The devil as a single entity does not exist. It is the principle of evil that we must deal with. But who created this principle? We can easily answer this by acknowledging that it only the Creator creates. That's what the book tells us. That's what is there. But if we decide to steal, to murder, to do anything, it is not the Creator who is a thief or a murderer. Therefore, the principle of evil is in each created entity that has free will. The choice is again yours. This is the principle that applies in other so-called higher beings. The interactions with many levels is possible and achievable. Creation consists of numberless dimensions or planes or bands with frequencies full of countless entities or energies, of which our ancestors gave various terms like Mavuri, Mamepo, Umoya, or spirits, Mashetani. All of them influence us in terms of thought, to have evil thoughts or good thoughts from within and without. Pepo wabaya, echiche ojo, imkabango emibi, umoya is spirit in those levels. Therefore, our ancestors taught that there are good and evil spirits or forces which anyone can invite and work with. However, one must be an adept and able to dismiss or keep such spiritual entities under control. Many of these negative ones can be summoned using negative rituals. So, all we have been told about Satan's existence and who created him or who gave him power is very clear. I met Satan as my own opposing thoughts that my body generated, my appetite generated, my passion or my mood or emotions via suggestion. Then there is also the level of the family, the group, the racial or social level or mood or frequency. Again, read our book. You can also read this book, How You Can Survive Current Tragic Wars Against Our Race by Unleashing Black African Ancestral Competitive Advantage. You can get it from Amazon. It goes into the psychosocial aspects of what we are discussing here. Ways of power, authoritative imagination, pictorial thinking, powerful or negative thoughts are signals that brings these forces into us or generate these forces within us. Just like how a herbalist or a magician conjures up surprises. Since it involves persistent dark moods, negative thoughts, powerful beliefs, and habitual use even of drugs, some herbs or incense, the Christian devil, Satan, exists because the Christians have compelled him into life. And so he has been created by them. But as with any spiritual being, he is also with other millions of his own family that have been fathered by different groups of Christians and beliefs and the levels of frequencies of beliefs amongst Christians. By those that loathe, that love, and that fear him. He is a being of the Christian religion, and those who use his frequencies call his name daily, whether for good or for evil, whether casting him or whether embracing him. All religions who conjure him and his legions daily do so by calling him into being, and they pay the high price of negativity. Hence, Christianity has created major wars that has spilled blood of millions and millions of innocent human beings, and also colonized black people, enslaved black people, and colonized their lands and abused us for years. Christianity, Islam, the most religious groups that talk about love have done this because of their thoughts. The saying by our ancestor that your body is a temple for the spirit of the divine is one of the most powerful proof we have for the existence of spirits. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and whoever shall know himself shall find it. So that kingdom is full of entities. The ninefold soul, kakati baab kaipiti, ku sau sekemi renyu, is your frequency tuner. Do you know how to dial it and use it? How I met Satan has been answered clearly. Perhaps it is time to ask yourself how you too deal with your thoughts. How you can in all times be free from the arrows thrown at us by many and enemies. To learn more and share, feel free to throw us an email at join@marifado.com. Subscribe to our channel, Hamiti Iburu Ethics Marifado Development Organization. This is our email, join@marifado.com. This is Preacher Rabbi LM Tumizulu. Thank you, Tatenda Siyabonga. Satan Puma, Ekutabangeni Kwam. Satan, get out of my thinking. Goodbye.